Our Hispanic ministry is very different from a lot of the ministries that you see anywhere, because it's a very specific demographic. None of them speak English. Or some of them who've been here maybe 5-6 years can communicate the basics. A third of our members are actually illiterate. They don't even know how to read because they come from really, really poor rural areas in Guatemala, in Ecuador, in Mexico. These are people without any education. Sometimes I even ask myself, how in the world were they able to come to the US if they can't even read? You know, like, they give you directions, they give you instructions, you know, and it's crazy how they made it here. But we really, in Antioch especially, because we are a really missional church, and we believe a lot in diaspora, God sovereignly moving people throughout the world with His kingdom purposes in mind, that God brought them here. Most of our members are men. They left their wives and their kids back in their home countries. They come here with the purpose of working and sending money back to their families. I would say 95% of our men, their wives have cheated on them back home. A lot of times the pain that they feel because of the unfaithfulness actually leads them to drink, to get into drugs, or alcoholics, addicted to alcohol, people addicted to hardcore drugs. Yeah, so we have a lot of different kinds of people who are coming through the doors with very, very different needs. But God just, you know, He made it very clear through Jesus' words that He came for sinners. And those are the people who really need to hear the gospel the most. And so they not only need to hear it, they need to see it incarnationally, they need to see it lived out. Most of our members are going to go back to their home countries. They're not here to stay. And surprisingly, I would say most of our members are unchurched. They've never heard the gospel, baby Christians, new believers. And that means that a lot of their family members, you know, in Ecuador and Mexico and Guatemala and Honduras and Costa Rica and Nicaragua, all these countries, they have not been exposed to the gospel. So one of the cool things that my wife and I have been able to do, we've been able to go visit 3 countries so far, Mexico, Guatemala, and Ecuador, to visit their families. And as we get to visit their families, and we travel very far. I just got back from Ecuador about 3 months ago. We drove, in 8 days, we drove 3,200 kilometers. That's about 700-800 miles. Unpaved roads, rainforest, you know, Andes mountains, to see where they're coming from, where they live, what the needs are. And we've been able to share the gospel with a lot of these family members. Our members, some of them, and it's not just us telling them, God has given them a vision that they want to perhaps plant a church or start a small home church in their hometown, because there is no gospel witness there. And so I think long term what we would like to see is us equipping our members sufficiently so that when they go back to their home countries, they can be the ones that plant the church and they start a real, you know, gospel movement in their hometowns. I know that's going to be a lot of work. I know that seems like a very grandiose plan that's just kind of, you know, almost impossible to accomplish. But we really do believe that God has a purpose for them being here and for us being able to share our lives with them for a couple of years while they're here. And so long term, I would like to see church plants, planting churches, perhaps even here locally and globally in all these countries where our members come from, Guatemala, Ecuador, Mexico, Honduras, and beyond.